The New South Wales government is refusing to decriminalise drugs as part of its response to the 2020 inquiry into methamphetamine use and overdoses in young people. Premier Dominic Perrottet made it very clear he would not support decriminalising low-level personal drug possession 2 years after the recommendation was made as part of a $10.8 million inquiry into the use of the drug ice.The. The government today pledged $50 million to both health and justice reform strategies, including allowing low-level drug offenders without a prior conviction to be avoid court in a two-strikes policy. Read more. Fears Putin could announce war escalation in hours. Perrottet said 86 of the 109 recommendations will be supported with a focus on justice support, the expansion of drug courts and rehabilitation services. Drugs have no place in our society, he said today. But those who have been caught up in taking drugs need care and health support, and this response puts people at the center. A report into the inquiry was handed down 2 years ago in response to drug overdoses in young people, with Perrottet defending the extended response time. Read more. Ebola outbreak declared in Uganda after rare strain is found. It is a very complex issue, he said. Every mother and father would expect this government would take the time to get it right. The government said its response is not about going soft on the war on drugs, but about providing the healthcare and support for those addicted to drugs. When you look at drugs in our communities, they're a scourge on our society and they impact our communities, families and individuals, Deputy Premier Paul Toole said. We want to make sure we provide support to those who need that support. Read more. Phone call shows startlingly clever tactics used by Westpac scammer. New two-strike approach to criminal response for drug users. Attorney General Mark Speakman announced the government will be introducing a pre-court diversion scheme, which is essentially a two-strike policy before offenders are sent to court. The program means drug users are entitled to 2 criminal infringement notices when they're caught by police. Speakman said the offender can avoid the fine if they undergo a telehealth program or drug and alcohol support service. Like when you register your car, you get your pink slip and the motor mechanic sends off the number to the registration authority to say it's been done, he said. The health provider will send off the infringement number to Revenue to waive the fine. Speakman said the infringement notices won't be available to people with a previous criminal record and they will undergo the normal court procedures. Read more. 2 states in firing line as band of rain and thunderstorms loom. Police crackdown complemented by health reform. Police will continue to fight the supply, import and distribution of drugs into NSW. We are still targeting drug suppliers, distributors, importers and those who create the problem we are dealing with today, NSW Police Commissioner Karen Webb said. Health Minister Brad Hazzard welcomed the opportunity for the healthcare and justice system to work together to provide a better outcome for individuals and families impacted by drug usage. He said it won't be easy, but the $500 million commitment will help expand health and rehabilitation services. All of us would know someone who has been touched by drugs in one way or another, so this report gives hope going forward, Hazzard said. Read more. Mystery as 14 vulnerable sperm whales washed ashore Australian island. Although this inquiry focused on the drug ice, Chief Health Officer Kerry Chan said other legal and illegal drugs cause significant impacts on our community which also need to be addressed. The funding is pegged to go towards health-related programs, in particular for regional areas. Chan added there will be a strong focus on Indigenous Australians and substance abuse, as well as educating young people about the harms of drugs.